These aren't the only clues we've got in the Coldclough's garden. 4 grave slabs were found around here in the 19th century, and we're cleaning them up to see if they're in their original position or were just moved here to form an ornamental garden feature. Stephen's also wondering whether his Victorian home might contain some evidence. I'll tell you what, Steve, it is a gorgeous house, but cool! Is that the width of a wall?
I think so.
That's some wall, isn't it? That must be older than Victorian, mustn't it?
Certainly think so. I mean, if you look at the walls around all of here, it's certainly much thicker. And we've got a couple of others, I think, in the house that are of similar thickness. So this is very nice.
So I've called in Henry to identify and plot out any of the thicker walls which look suspicious to see if they line up with anything in the ground.
This very large wall is this one behind us.
That's the one, yep.
Back in the garden, Trench 1 has now revealed loads of walls, but it's proving tricky to untangle them. Phil, is there any structure there, or can I just see rubble?
You can see rubble, but there is structure within the rubble.
Certainly a straight line across there, isn't there?
That's right. I mean, this is a very obvious line going that way, which we think is the wall that John picked up on his geophysics. There's also another nice edge going across there, and you can see there's these stones here. Look how flat they are. It's not as though they're rubble. I think they're actually in a wall.
So we've got walls, but nothing yet to say they're part of the church. But having cleaned up the graves, it seems that they might actually provide an important clue. Fracture, that white stuff down there, is that stone?
That is stone. We initially dug here to see whether these were actually burials in situ and if this was a sarcophagus. And you can see this line, this crack running all the way along.
Yeah.
And it's a bit confusing because we thought that was the lid of the coffin.
Yeah.
But actually digging down, you see from here to here, that's actually one huge slab of stone. And then this line of stones down here, this might actually be the start of a proper grave. And is this just simply put on top to mark it?
Because one assumption was that this was a collection of stones put here in the 19th century, wasn't it? That had been acquired off the site. Now looks as if there's more structure to it than that.
Presumably this ring of stones round the edge is just a garden feature.
Well, again, I think we assumed that, didn't we? But it's looking quite substantial at the base of it now.
Do you think that we'll end up by lifting these?
I think we might have to see whether they are actually 19th century emplacements or whether they're actually, you know, part of some sort of burial ground, cemetery, whatever.
It's an interesting little puzzle, isn't it?
That's nice. Pretty. I don't think it's very old by the look of it, though. No.
What you got?
Decorated tile.
Oh, look at that. Have you got all of it or just a part of it?
No, all of it.
All of it.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Paul, can I have a look at this?
What you got? Oh,
There you go.
Oh, that's nice. Lovely.
What do you reckon on that, then?
It's a bit of medieval decorated floor tile to me. It's got some sort of pattern stamped in it. It appears to be glazed. Have to get it cleaned up for a proper look, but that's come from a nice posh building. I mean, obviously, it's not the sort of thing you'd find in a chicken shed or something, is it?
Medieval tiles and possible in situ graves. Could these be the first signs that we've actually got the nunnery? Join Time Team on Patreon to access exclusive 3D models, masterclasses and behind-the-scenes insights.